Hello, YouTube. In the Russian legal context, reabilitation, reabilitatsiya in Russian, refers to the restoration of rights and reputation for individuals who have been unjustly convicted or subject to political repression. This typically involves the overturning of wrongful convictions and the restoration of individuals to their former status. In Soviet legal terms, repression refers to the state's use of the legal system to suppress dissent, control the population, and maintain its power. In this video, the reference is to the events that took place under Stalin's rule. Rehabilitation of Japanese convicted of espionage has been cancelled in Russia. Why are they no longer considered victims of Stalinist repression? The Prosecutor General's Office of the Russian Federation has cancelled a number of conclusions on the rehabilitation of Japanese nationals convicted of espionage against the USSR in 1950 and 1951. The supervisory authority considered that those decisions were taken unreasonably in the wake of the mass rehabilitation of victims of political repression in 1989. That was still during the Soviet period under Gorbachev, during his perestroika policies. While in 2025, for the first time, the official representative of the Russian Foreign Ministry, Maria Zakharova, announced the cancellation of the rehabilitation of the Japanese on the eve of May 9. That's the Victory Day celebrated in Russia on that date, just like in the Soviet Union. However, the process of reviewing the rehabilitation conclusions is still ongoing. The reasons for this decision of the Prosecutor General's office are: Japanese spies convicted in the USSR in 1950s. Japanese citizens, as the investigation and the court established, were engaged in espionage against the Soviet Union for many years after the end of World War II. Some of them were members of the crew of the fishing schooner Miyuki Maru and used documents with different surnames. Others, disguised as ordinary workers, operated in the enterprises of the national economy of Soviet Sakhalin Island. The activities of Japanese spies were suppressed by the state security agencies KGB of the time. In short, in the years 1949 and 1950, during the investigation, all of them were convicted of illegal activities and sentenced by special meetings of the NKVD, KGB, under Article 58-6, espionage, and the Criminal Code of the Russian Soviet Federal Socialist Republic, to terms from 15 to 25 years in prison. According to Prosecutor General's office, during the investigation, irrefutable evidence was obtained that Hisao Tsuri and Inichi Nakata, with the participation of Kansai Yamazaki, Yoshigoro Matsuhashi, Shingo Kawamura, Yoshiichi Tojo, and Seikatsu Tamaoka, were transferred to Sakhalin Island in October 1949 to gather intelligence. Yoichi Iwasaki was a resident who in 1943 to 1945 reported to the intelligence services of hostile countries the information he knew about northern Sakhalin. The rehabilitation of Japanese spies was recognized as unjustified. During the period of mass rehabilitation of victims of political repression, in the year 1989, all 11 Japanese citizens convicted in 1950 and 1951 were rehabilitated, although there were no grounds for this. According to the Prosecutor General's office, when checking the materials, it was found that the Japanese were not persecuted at all for their political beliefs. Their social origin and nationality were also not grounds for criminal prosecution. They were charged with specific criminal offenses, the evidence of which was presented in full in the criminal case. As noted in the Prosecutor General's office, the legislation of the Russian Federation stipulates that persons who have been reasonably convicted by courts, as well as those who have been punished by a decision of non-judicial authorities, in whose cases there is sufficient evidence on charges of espionage, are not subject to rehabilitation. In this regard, in 2025, the rehabilitation decisions made in 1989 were cancelled. Press service of the Prosecutor General's Office of the Russian Federation. By the way, One of the documentary books in the series from the archives of Smersh, called Schooner Miyuki Maru, is devoted to the activities of this network of Japanese military intelligence. Smersh was an umbrella organization for 3 independent counterintelligence agencies in the Red Army, formed in late 1942 or even earlier, but officially announced in 1943. The name Smersh was coined by Joseph Stalin, and it means Смерть шпионам, death to the spies. The formal justification for its creation was to subvert the attempts of Nazi German forces to infiltrate the Red Army on the Eastern Front. The reason I find this news important, because I think it refers, at least in one way, to the events that are taking place now on the Matua Island location in the Coral Chain, where the Russians have discovered incredible artifacts and more, pertaining, to be short, to the paranormal and the Japanese Imperial Army, and much more than that. USOs and UFOs definitely are involved, plus the fortification of the Coral Island chain by the Russian army that has been ongoing in the last, I would say, 9 years, non-stop. And the reasons for it may not be what you think, but I attribute, again, to the high frequency of UFO and USO sightings in the area. Of course, this is not reported in the West, per se, and considering the extent of knowledge of the media, of course, they don't know what's going on. But you should, if you're interested in this phenomenon. And I'll bring you more information available in the open sources. You just need to know how to look for it through diligent research. And if you like my research, you can support it through the link you'll find in description to this video. As well, you will find URLs of my video about Matua Island. You watch it and make up your own mind. If you do watch my videos, please like them and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.